Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and once again we are back with Moza Racing. They are making a breakaway into the flight simulation world, and today we're going to take a look at their latest releases, and today is an Airbus day. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below.
Overkill simulations, watch us as we fly. Overkill simulations, a thrill will never die.
All right, you guys. So as I said, I'm very excited for this video. For those of you who don't know, Moza is primarily up until recently has been, their primary focus has been racing or driving simulation experiences. They have a great product line for racing experiences. But they've recently, as of Flight Sim Expo 2024, announced that they've been entering into the flight simulation community. And here is their AB9 force feedback base. Okay, now the force feedback base, just like what Virpil does with their bases, Virpil's not force feedback, but just like they do with their bases, they are selling their grips independently, so that way you can sort of get what you want. Now we've got three things that we're going to be looking at today. Obviously, once again, taking a look at the Moza AB9 force feedback base. We also now have a desk mount for the base, and this is quite impressive because this is a very heavy base. And then we have the Sidekick. That's the MA3X Sidekick. So it's an Airbus replica. You can see the nice Moza branding here. So we're going to be taking a look at all of that. We're going to be assembling the mount. We're going to be taking a look at the grip and then bringing it all together with the base. We're going to take a brief glance at the software, and then we're obviously going to see everything in action using the, I think probably today, the Phoenix A320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and start out with the unboxing of the base. We're going to do the unboxing and the assembly of the base, get it all set up. Then we're going to load this all up in the software, and then we'll unravel the grip. As always, there will be timestamps down below for a specific chapter if you guys are interested in going to a particular location. Let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get this show up and running here. Looks like there isn't much assembly to do here. What I'm concerned with is the depth of the clamp. So let's see. No, that looks good. That looks really good. That's a really nice range. So what I was afraid of with this kind of clamp, and I wish more companies would go with the tension clamp, where you just sort of pull the lever and it locks it down. But these kind of clamps, for all I know, they may serve a better purpose. But what I really like is the distance here. A lot of them will sort of just use like a little distance like this, and that just doesn't, for a heavy product like this base is. I was worried that wouldn't provide enough reinforcement. So let's see what we got going on here. This, I'm kind of curious how this would go. Actually, I'm a little confused. So let's take a look at the instructions here. Oh, maybe not. I might be looking at this all backwards now. Now I'm confused. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Do we have any constructions? Let's see if we have any constructions in here. There we go. That's what I'm looking at right there. All right, so what do we got? And there are three different methods by which you can install it. Feel free to pause and take a look at the diagram there. But what we're essentially going to do is it's going to mount to the desk like this, and then the base here is going to mount up like this, okay, using these channel locks, the grommets. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, so that's what we're working on now. We've got, oh, looks like I knocked one off on accident. Okay, there we go. As long as we have the screw, I don't care. Let's get this one in. Oh, I'm going this way. like this. Come on. They definitely don't want to thread very well. But you want to put them on with the T facing the plate based on the grooves on the base. There we go. And that's all 4. So now we're going to open up the clamps, get them close to the gate. I'm going to adjust these to go on the front of my desk, and then I'll move the camera. But all I'm doing is opening the clamps up. Nothing fancy. I'm sure you guys all seen what that looks like. It's nothing to write home about. Alright, so I'm not going to really be able to show this on camera very well. It's just not going to work out. But, so you have a groove here and a groove here. The idea is we're going to slide in from the top down, and we want these, okay, to fall into these grooves, okay? So we're going to start with the left, top right, work it down, and then reverse the same. Once it's on there, this is where this is going to become a little tricky. We're going to have to hold it in place, take our Allen wrench, our number 5 Allen wrench, Allen key, come from the back, and tighten them back up. Okay, so I'm going to work on that, get it all mounted up, and then I'll show you guys the final result. But you guys don't get to watch me struggle, because I'm sure that's what it's going to be. Just something to be considered. Make sure that you leave room for all your plugs and power button, etc. Okay? Alright guys, and there it is. You can see that we got the cables ran under here. They're actually, this is about as high as it can go without blocking the cables. So that was actually a good spot, but we haven't put the grip on. You figure the grip's going to be up here. Range of motion, this is its full range of motion, so there's no risk of impact. And it actually looks really slick if you guys come around. It's a very nice, very sturdy setup, doesn't move at all. Wasn't too bad. I honestly don't know which one I'd recommend. Hindsight being 2020, I'd probably put this on this before you mount it to the desk. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking. I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't take me long at all. Less than a minute, but still. If you have any concerns about the strength in your arm, then yeah, put the clamp on first. So now let's unbox the grip. Alright guys, so now let's unbox this grip. Pretty excited for this one, honestly. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if we're upside down or not. I think we are. Alright, I think that's all just wrapped around the grip. What is that for? Oh, I got an Allen key. See what I mean? Always buy a set of Allen keys, guys. If you're getting into flight simulation hardware, buy a set of Allen keys. Trust me, you will not regret spending the money. Alright, what do we got? Look at that. Wow, it even looks nice and shiny. So this is a right-hand grip. That's what this very much feels like. So this is going to be for the other side. Which that part, I mean, it's supposedly universal. And I guess still could be. So from here, it feels fine. I don't know that I notice a difference from one hand to the other. It's this button, obviously, here on the side. So you got this button here. Obviously your mic button, or actually I think that's autopilot disengage. Trim hat. Mic switch. Alright, mounting cable. So let's pull this off. We're going to fly it, obviously, left hand today because I just put it on the left side of my desk. I got the Bravo throttle quadrant over here on my right. So let's, this looks really nice though. It's going to get fingerprints galore all over. I can already see mine happening, but very nice. I like the material. Can't tell. I think it's aluminum. But honestly, I can't tell. I can't tell if it's aluminum or plastic. Either way, it looks very nice. So let's put it on. If I can do it without smacking my microphone 219 times. How about that? First try. And the set key is going to be for that, which is odd. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Probably not necessary, but for the interest of demonstration, we'll do it. I don't know that I've ever seen one that required a set key here before. Am I actually doing anything there? I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure what the Allen key's for, to be honest. Doesn't seem to be turning anything there. Huh. But I have no idea. Well, let's go ahead and get in the software and we'll test it out. Alright guys, so here is the software. It does an automatic calibration, which is really cool. I've shown that in a previous video. And we want the telemetry force feedback from Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see here it is here. And there is the A320 profile. So you can make your own profiles, but it also comes with one. This feels awesome. And you can watch it change. So like, let's see what else they got. Cessna 172. There was the change. Okay, you guys know on a Cessna, an aircraft like that, the yoke will pull forward as the speed reduces. So go back to the A320, and it centers itself back out. So this is, I'm really excited for this. So we don't have a flight plan or any of that jazz turned in, guys, or tuned in. We're just gonna fly blind here. So let's release the brakes, and we're gonna hope we don't break everything. At least I want to turn that up. All right, here we go. Yeah, I know. We're going to have a lot of master cautions on this one, guys. So, the gear coming up and the flaps rotating, I can feel in the stick with a light vibration. It's like the flaps coming up, it went, and that's the best way I can describe the feeling I felt on my fingers. Think of it as feeling a in your fingers. It was really cool. It wasn't over dramatic. You know, I know that you probably honestly wouldn't feel it at all as far as the actuation of the flaps. In your fingertips. Maybe you would. I don't know, but I wouldn't think so. But it did add a bit of immersion, added a bit of a sense of the aircraft is moving. What I really love about this base, it is probably, dare I say, one of the most precise bases I have used yet in flight simulation. It is very, very precise. I have haptic feedback in the stick. The tension on the stick is phenomenal. Now keep in mind this is a fly-by-wire aircraft, right? So you're not going to get a whole lot in the aspect of feedback from a fly-by-wire aircraft. Oops. Probably should keep climbing. But it's super precise. Super precise. I mean, just very, very gentle motions required. Very little. This is going to be a great one to fly in the helicopter. I have one more grip that I want to show you guys in a later video, and that's what we're going to show off with the helicopters. But this is phenomenal. The side stick is comfortable. And keep in mind we have our WinWing and WingFlex A3 or Airbus FCP, the forward control panels, your autopilot system and FS. So we're going to have a lot of option here, you guys. That's going to make this a ton of fun. So again, Moza really making quite the entry into flight simulation. They have now 2 different grips. One of them very much so based around combat. This one obviously based around the Airbus of aircraft. The profiles and the integration with Microsoft Flight Simulator as well as DCS World and all those other softwares that you guys saw previously. If I bring it back up, I believe you guys can still see it. Yep. So here's what's already built into it. Obviously more will be coming as time moves on. You have the ability of making your own profiles or sharing profiles with others. You can import and export profiles through the software. So if you know someone who's already made something that's fantastic for you, you have that option as well. But I am very, very impressed with Moza, and again, the more competition we get, the better. This is probably, dare I say, the best implementation of force feedback that I have seen thus far. Especially, you guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to beat around the bush with DCS World. DCS World's implementation with Moza and the force feedback is phenomenal and very on point. What's wrong? Oh, we are overspeeding the aircraft. That's what's wrong. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair thing to yell at me for. Pull them speed brakes out. Let's get those throttles reduced. There we go. My bad. Alright, let's get those speed brakes back in. But very, very good. Very, very well done. Moza, you guys are on it. This latest release of the software is fantastic. The haptic feedback isn't overbearing. It's very smooth, very light, very immersion bringing, while not, you know, you don't have something doing this in an A320, right? So this is very, very nice. I can feel light vibration of just the engines, of the avionics, of everything being turned on. I can feel a very light haptic in the flight stick. But the overall performance is absolutely phenomenal. Very, very well done. The tension that is brought in the base is perfect. The fly-by-wire simulation here is, in my opinion, very well done, as it requires almost no action to manipulate the side stick. So you have that option, but there's enough tension there, and you can always change this. You can increase the tension, reduce the tension. You can make it light as a feather, or you can make it about what it is, and I think what it is just about perfect. There's some weight in it, which is by design. They do the same thing with a lot of fly-by-wire aircrafts, just to make the pilot feel like it requires some action in order to manipulate it. But this is beautifully done. So to Moza, wonderful job. Guys, if you guys are interested, head over to Moza Racing, or you can just Google it. There will be a link down in the description below as well, of course. And if you guys are interested in checking out, this is, again, the AB9 base with the MA3-2 sidekick. Wait, MA3-2, MA3X. I can't remember what this damn thing is. What was that again? I don't remember. Damn, they didn't tell me. All right, grips. Let's go to grips. What's grips? It's not the MH16. Actually, we can change it here. MA3X. There it is. Look at that. And we can come in here, and you have all kinds of stuff in here too. There's button testing. Cool. Very cool. Anyways, I digress. So, as always, guys, stay safe and healthy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check them out. They are really making quite the storm into flight simulation. Moza, keep it up. We want it. The competition is good. Competition spawns price reduction as well as innovation. So keep it coming. As always, folks, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. And yes, I know I said it twice.